Hello guys and welcome back to Football Manager 24 where we are rebuilding Torquay United with myself, Apex Ellis. And it's good news, we're in the second season, we have had our contract expanded. As you can see here, it's another 1 year deal. Torquay not quite fully backing us as the future manager, or so it would seem. So I did actually forget to hit record at the start of the season and before all the friendlies. So this is partway in when I realised, oh no, I haven't actually hit record. We have had the first game of the season. It was against, where's it gone? Schedule. It was against South Shields, where we had a absolutely devastating win of 4-1. Matt J scoring 2 goals, Carson scoring 1, Dylan Morgan scoring 1 as well. Callum Morton got South Shields' only consolation goal. See there the standard Jordan Aina with a 7.0, Carson and J with the 9s, performing well for us. In terms of the pre-season and the transfer market, we have done a fair bit of business. So transfers in, we've got Charlie Adams. No, not that Charlie Adams. Cameron Stewart from Ipswich, both for free. Harrison Dudziak, Elijah Dixon Bonner and Nathan Carlion. So we've got 21-year-old. He looks like he's got the potential to really grow into the team. He's obviously going to be setting up. He was former Newcastle United, so we're quite lucky to have him. If we have a look at his stats for a defensive midfielder and the support role, he's not quite there yet. Maybe needs a bit of work on his composure and his aggression. Definitely needs some work on the strength, which we are training him for, he says, and he'll just double check that we have done that training. Yeah, we're on strength. Elijah Dixon Bonner, again, 23 years old. He's, again, looking like he's going to be a real standout player for us. Again, he is going to be held in the defensive midfield position, which if we go to defensive midfield support, he's showing pretty good stats there. Looks like he's going to do some bits for us this season. He had a good first impression, 7.1 on his first outing for us, and he's already looking like an excellent free signing for us. Again, potential ability. Only got a couple of years to hit that potential, but you know we can hopefully do that for him. Harrison, he's 18. He is definitely up there for us on the attacking mid. You see there, he's just got to work on his composure. Other than that, he's looking already a really standout performer. And again, his potential ability could rise ever higher at only 18. Probably going to start off as maybe a impact sub. We have put him as an important player because he will go into the team and start obviously performing for us. Cameron Stewart for free. Again, he was with us last season, if you remember, as a loanee player. He performed that well for us that I've gone and signed him again. Get that consistency, get the partnership at the back, and also he's got the experience. Just need that composure really coming up, but that's something we'll work on in training with him. The final signing, well, there is another signing as well, which we'll go into in a second, is Charlie Adams. Those that have looked at non-league football a lot will know him from the places like Maidenhead, Barnet, so he's not the Charlie Adams. But he does well. He is going to be one of our defensive midfielders as a fringe player. I know that we are paying probably a bit over the odds, but it is so that we had that experience of playing at a bigger team like Barnet and at Birmingham City there for a couple of games, Lincoln City. So he's been around a bit, but we've took him on a free. I thought he was all right for what we need him for. And like I said, he's got the stats there. He will step up as and when we need him. And then the last transfer that we brought in, we did actually bring in at the end of last season, is Will Evans. He is there to be basically the same as... what's his name again now? I've already forgotten his name. He's going to be the same as Charlie Adams for us. He's there to be our experience, keep the heads level. We brought him in from Scunthorpe, who were in the National League last season. They obviously did get demoted, so he's not going to be our be-all and end-all, but with that strength 16 and jumping reach 16, heading 13, we probably kind of know what he's going to be playing for when we play for those set pieces and corners. We're looking for those bullet headers going into the back of the net. As you can see, he got an assist in the last game as well that he played. So again, experienced signing just to get us over the line. In terms of players leaving, as we said, Sundyer, he's left. He's gone to Chicken Inn. Jake Robb has left. He's gone to Basingstoke Town. He's only on a loan, so he will come back. Dreyer, we had a fallout with. He has gone to Bath. He wanted more money. I wasn't willing to do it. Sold him for free. Nazondo, he's gone to Bognor Regis on loan. And Rodin Collins, as I said at the end of the last season, he will be leaving. He's gone to Chichester City. So this is a squad as it looks. A couple of players have survived. The cull that we had at the end of last season. Matt J obviously surviving. Ben Seymour, Sonic Fish. We've not found a new striker. That's probably going to be something we look at in January. Or maybe even at the end of the season. Got a fair few centre midfielders that we will be looking at, but they do play in other positions. But obviously there's some points there, so we will work on that as well. Staff, we have a full amount of staff on the first team. We've got an additional coach as well to help us train up the players, get them used to their new responsibilities. We are sticking with the tactic 4-2-3-1, and we are sticking with our routine where we've got obviously aiming for the near post with one there, a couple at the back post to try and draw people away, one on the keeper. Good news. Sorry if you do hear that, my daughter's decided she's going to be singing as she goes past. She's fine. She's 5. She's allowed to sing. Good news in regards to the under-18s. We actually have under-18 staff now, which means I do not have to play the under-18 games anymore. Absolutely glorious. Finances, just so you're aware, we have expanded. We've grown. The last season, we got a fair amount of money, and with getting promotion, we should find we get more fans in, which obviously increases that as well. We are way behind on our wage budget, which is good. That's what we want. We don't want to be close to that, because on a rebuild, you kind of want to build this money up because you never know what's going to happen. You may find yourself getting relegated if you go a bit too quick. Board are happy so far with us. Got a B rating. They're not too happy about the deals to sell Dreyer and Sundyer, but it's done. And obviously they're reserving judgment on everything else. So we'll go through. Dixon Bonner injured. It's only a small injury, if I remember correctly on that one. Dixon Bonner, he is out for 5 weeks, so not the worst. It's not like Matt J that was out for 3 months at the end of last season. So we're going to go forward now. We'll play through to about December, just like we did in the first season. Any big games, I might record. Say if we get far in the FA Cup and we find ourselves drawing a big team, we might suit and boot and appear on that for you. So I will see you when we get to mid-season and let you know how we've got on. Hello and welcome to the 24th of January. Bit more delayed than I was anticipating. I got a bit giddy and lost track of what game we're up to. Because look at this, we are top of the league, and we're top of the league by quite some way. We have annihilated this conference league, National League, I should say. If you have a look, we've got the friendlies. We had that first win, which you saw, and then we went on to beat Southend by a goal. What an absolute game that was for the neutral. We had a bit of a blip at York, but then we went back to winning ways. Cheltenham dispatched Eastleigh, Boston, Rochdale, Solihull, Forest Green, Aldershot. Then we had the FA Cup fourth round qualifying, and we beat Eastbourne Borough. Then we went to Gateshead and won, Truro and won, and then we had the FA Cup first round where we were knocked out by Bristol Rovers, sadly. So the glory of a cup wasn't for us. Dagenham and Redbridge dispatched. Then we went unbeaten in November. No one could touch us. FC Halifax came close with a 2-2 draw. December, it was more of the same story really until the very end of it. We beat Yeovil, beat Rushaw in the trophy. Drew Spennymoor, Southend dispatched, South Shields dispatched. But our team is getting a bit leggy. We lost to Morecambe, we lost to York. And I did start thinking, the team that we put together at pre-season, maybe it needed a little bit of finesse, a little bit of work. January, you can see we've started off really strong. We've dispatched everybody by multiple goals, apart from Aldershot, and Rochdale. They kind of pegged us, really. They kept us down from scoring loads, but you've got Eastleigh 4-0, Boston 2-0, Cheltenham 4-0. So, in terms of what we've done in the January transfer market, we have brought in, on a loan, Benny Brecky Andresen from Stockport County, Ethan Sutcliffe from Wimbledon, and then we have also signed in Corey Adai for a free and Kieran Freeman for a free. Because let's have a look here. We have Lewis Jones and we have Corey Adai there. In fact, just let me go back to the transfers. Back to the transfer history so we can have a look at who's gone. So, James Hammond, he left on the 18th of January. He wasn't happy. We let him go for free. Ezekiel Shelton, he's out on loan. And look at this. Jordan Aina, our saviour from last season. Carlisle United, up in League 2 in 9th, have taken a gamble and have signed him for £185,000. This was something we could not miss out on. £185,000. We can reinvest that into the club. Roddy Collins left in August. I think you saw that one. So yeah, it's just these three. Jordan Aina, Ezekiel Shelton out on loan, and James Hammond have all gone. Like I said, we brought in Corey Adai from Stockport County. So anybody that follows them will know this player. They'll know that he's not having the best time at County, but I think for non-league football, he is perfect. Look at that aerial reach. I mean, if you watch him in real football, you'd think his aerial reach would be about 4, but, that's by the by. He's got good positioning for non-league, good reflexes, fantastic jumping reach at 17, making him absolutely good for the corners, you would think. And we brought him in. He's as the backup goalkeeper because I couldn't sign him as the first one because at the time he wasn't. Lewis Jones, happy being the cup goalkeeper. Kieran Freeman here. He has been brought in to replace Jordan Aina. He's starting off. He's not as good. He is literally here for the end of this season and possibly playing into next season. Just to cover while we find somebody else that will come in to be that right back, especially with Jordan Thomas out injured. Benny Brecky Andresen, we brought him in. He's already played 20 games for us and he has scored 15 goals. What a prolific striker he has been. I'm a bit concerned by the amount of down arrows, considering how much playtime he's getting, but that is something that we'll have to deal with and sort out. Matt J possibly leaving at the end of the season. He's made his decision that he's going to look at his options, and the rest of us we haven't really looked into yet signing new contracts. In terms of the schedule, we'll keep going down. If we make our way to the semi-final of the trophy, we'll record that. But I think we will be going into the end of the season. We'll play the last game, but realistically, I think the league is all done and dusted. I don't think there's much else to report on this. The tactics are still the same. In terms of players that will probably be moving on at the end of the season, Sonny Fish will probably be going. Where is he? Charlie Adams, he's not been as good as we thought he was going to be. He's not been the player that we wanted him to be. Ben Milnes has done a job that we expected of him. He has been that fringe player that's come in, stepped up when we needed him to, but he is probably not going to last as well. We might see to move him on. Dixon Bonner here, he has played fairly well. You can see there, he's had 17 appearances for us, 7.02. He's done pretty well. We're just in the middle, kind of doing some squad rotation to keep everybody happy. That's why his play time has dropped down to regular. So yeah, that is how we're doing at the moment. How the squad's looking. Where was that? Oh yeah. Adai has come in. He is now our number one goalkeeper. Lewis Jones, happy to be the club goalkeeper. Club Cup goalkeeper. Training, we're still getting the same. We're still doing the Mike's Best training. We're still cracking on with that one. We do need to update that for the rest of the season. Our scouts, we do have scouts going in England. I don't know why it's generated all these. We've got one for loans. We've got one for end of contract. So have a look at end of contract players. We've got a couple of options from England here. Got a few that we can look at. This guy, Stephen Parks, he's looking like he could be a signing for the future. But for now, guys, we're going to crack on. Like I said, if we get to the semi-final, we'll record that, and we'll record the final if we get to that as well. But if not, I will see you at the end of the season, where you may be seeing Torquay arriving back in the Football League. Alright, everybody, you joined us actually not at the end of the season, because what happened was, during the next match, about 31st of January, we went into the next game, and we lost against Solihull, on the 25th. Then won. And then we drew against Gateshead. And I thought that we were actually going to let it slip. I thought we were going to do a bit of a Stevie G and let it slip. So I started recording for you to see. So where were we? We were against Truro as our next game, and we found ourselves 2-1 down in the second half. I just started recording, and you're going to see here, it's not looking good. Stuart there to Carlian. Dennis there, back to Carlian, through to Jay Thomas. They weren't about to lie down, because there went Sonny Low Everton to put us level at 2-2. But we weren't finished. Dolan going down the flank found Dennis in acres of space, who buried it to put us 3-2 up against Truro. Maybe we weren't going to let this slip at all. But then we came to our next game against Boreham Wood,
And Bournemouth were going to be no slouchers. They set their intent straight at the start with Jeffries cracking off the woodwork. It wasn't long then in the first half till Richardson found himself some space and forced a save from a die. Then as we got into the second half, Torquay, we didn't really seem to be in the game. Although we got 2 shots on target, you could see there, we didn't really seem to be with it. Our heads weren't in the game. Freeman got caught in possession. Jeffries came down the flank. Had to put it back. Created some space. And somehow the ball got through 3 players and found its way into the back of the net, with Bournemouth taking the lead on the 81st minute, making it 1-0. And then you can see here we were playing it out from the back. Freeman again did a pass to Low Everton. Everton strode down the flank, but he easily got tackled. Bournemouth were going to rain on our parade, with Richardson finding the space and slotting it past the die. Bournemouth beating Torquay 2-0. Or did they? Dennis found himself in space after a lovely Matt J through ball. It only turned out to be a consolation goal. Travelling to Halifax. In the first half there, we had a clumsy tackle which led to a penalty for Torquay. Matt J would step up and he'd send it home. Later in the first half, literally a few moments later, Morgan found Worthington, who found Jordan Thomas in acres of space, getting his first goal for Torquay of the season. And then on the 11th minute, we had Jay and Davis there working together, and Jay finding the back of the net for his second goal. Torquay were 3-0 up with only 12 minutes gone. There'd be no real action now until the second half. You will see there, this is where Dixon Bonner would end up injured. Dennis would put the ball in, and Low Everton, in effectively an open net after the keeper missed the interception, buried it. Halifax pulled one back early, which I missed, but then Pugh pulled a second back, making it 4-2. The full time. Off to Dagenham then, as our next game, and you see there, Dolan found himself into some space, got brought down in the box, and yet again, our man, Matt J, he steps up, takes the penalty, and buries it in the back of the net for 1-0. The rest of the game was basically little chances until Dagenham, in the dying breaths, made it 1-1. Postponing our celebrations. Off to Chorley, and I missed this first goal because I was distracted, but you can see on the replay here, Charlie Adams flings that ball into the middle, and Dolan rises up to head it in the back of the net. In the second half, a corner finds its way to Dennis, who slots it into the bottom corner. Beautiful goal to make it 2-0. Freeman, looking for redemption from the last few games, found himself on a flank with space and buried it in the back of the net. Chorley, though, weren't out for the count, and a nice simple ball found Jim Sims found Louis Jones off his line and lobbed him. But it wouldn't be too much longer, and literally within a minute, Morgan would find space, and after a bit of a ricochet in the box, Dolan would find the back of the net. Again, Chorley showing they weren't out of this yet. Drew the foul from Morgan for them to get a penalty. and Reece Fenlon would bury it in the back of the net. Beery consolation. Travelling to Altrincham, you see there, Anderson in the second half gave a few chances, buried it 1-0. Off to Sutton. Sorry, these games are going quick and thick and fast. We travel to Sutton and we find ourselves 1-0 and then 2-0 in quick succession there within 10 minutes. Dolan and Matt Jay, the goal scorers. In the second half, Ben Seymour in the 84th minute would seal the deal at 3-0. Travelling to Wealdstone there. Low Everton and Dennis in the first half. Then Low Everton again, finding Dennis again for the second time. Will make it 2-0 after 29 minutes. In the second half, Wealdstone would create a fight by putting it into the box. After a few bouncing arounds, Sean Adakwa would find himself some space and put it in the back of the net. And again, I somehow missed 2 goals. But I didn't miss Wealdstone's second goal to make it 4-2. Jay would find Seymour and put it in the back of the net to completely destroy any hope Wealdstone have of getting a result. And with that, Torquay found themselves the champions of the National League, meaning that we, as Torquay, find ourselves back in the English League system. Here they are, Championes. There go the fireworks. There's the confetti. Torquay back in the Football League where they belong. But you must think we had nothing else to play for. But we did. We had the semi-final and it was against Morecambe. Morecambe would draw first blood with George Thomas putting it in the back of the net in the 57th minute. Then 62nd, Andreasen from County would level us. Was the comeback on? Could we manage it? It was 1-1 after full time, but then extra time came. And Morecambe just seemed to be able to pick it up an extra gear as they found the back of the net with James Plant. Somehow I missed their third goal, but we weren't finished. Matt Jay was going to do his level best to try and make it so that we didn't go away empty-handed. But it was to no avail as he skimmed it wide for a goal kick. And so we are out of the cup. Which is a shame, but I will see you now at the end of the season as we can have a look to see how we've done. So the season didn't quite end how we wanted it to. We didn't get that double. We did, however, hit the main attempt there, which was to get into the Football League. Few seasons early, but we've managed it. Absolutely winner. You can see here we've attached a profile of the reports to highlight changes in the supporter profile. The core percentage has dropped down. However, our fair weather fans have increased to 13%. Social media, we've got more followers. Not quite sure if this means anything, but yeah, apparently it does. So we've been set the club vision expectation for the next season. And they want us to play attacking football, play possession football, play entertaining football, play high tempo pressing football. It's a good job we do all those. Work within wage budget, which we do. Grow the club's reputation, which we have been doing. Maximum 1-year contracts for players over the age of 33. They're not judging us on this. And next season, they want us to attempt to avoid relegation from the English Football League 2. So that is what we're going to attempt to do there. So we'll just have a quick look at the season injury report. Elijah Dixon-Bonner there, 2 months. He's had 5 injuries, his biggest one being 2 months for a broken lower leg. It was a horror tackle against Truro, I think it was. Awful. Harrison Dudziak, he is out with a damaged cruciate ligament. He has been a big miss. But hopefully these two back next season in the Football League. Hopefully they're not going to get as many horror tackles done into them. Told the squad at the end there in the team meeting that we would be strengthening the squad and looking to fight to avoid relegation. They all seem pretty happy with that. Right, so here we are, the end of season review. Let's have a look to see how we've done. The new arrivals. So these are what they reckon are the best, and then it'll go down to the worst rated. So they're saying that our star signing was Harrison Dudziak from Arsenal, even though he only actually made 15 appearances and 7 as sub. He scored 8 goals, 6 assists, average rating 7.25. Injury was a big issue for him. Kieran Freeman, who we brought in because we lost Jordan Aina because we sold him. He turned out to be much better than we had hoped. We were just using him as like a cover, but he fast became, 16 appearances all in, 3 goals, 2 assists, 7.08. Dixon-Bonner, again, injury prone, injury hampered his performances, but he got 23, scoring 5 and assisting 5, 7.02. Rest of the guys that we brought in, Andresen County, he made 32 appearances, 6.99. He was hit and miss when he was performing, 20 goals, 4 assists, he was doing well, but he had a few barren spells. Leon Davis performed well. Ben Milnes, pretty much exactly where we expected him to be. Lewis Jones, a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Corey Adai, again, a little bit disappointing. But it does show us that goalkeepers are somewhere that we're going to have to look in the future, because Lewis Jones and Corey Adai, I think League 2 might be their standard, and then after that we'll have to find someone else. Charlie Adams, a little bit disappointing, but, he didn't play awful, so we can't really complain. Will Evans, exactly where we expected him to be. Nathan Carleon, we expected a bit more from him, to be honest. And same with Cameron Stewart, expected a bit more, but they did the job. They're not, it's not like they've got 5.9 rating or anything like that. They're still all right at 6.7. Transfers out, transfers in, we've got an A+ rating. They reckon that we did really well transferring in. Transferring out, it goes for each different one, doesn't it? So you can see there, look, A, C, they're content, but I actually think that's pretty good. He was a free signing, and we didn't pay a penny for him, and he's done really well. We've got no reaction to Leon Davis, no reaction to Ben Milnes. B+ for Louis Jones, C for Adai, C for Adams. Just says nothing for Will Evans. Yeah. Transfers out, Ollie Tomlinson, C. They're satisfied with that decision. Jordan Aina, they're very disappointed with the deal. They feel that they could have got a higher transfer fee. Well, as we got 200 and... How much did we get? So we got for Aina, it's going to be 225, because when he's only valued at 220, we just saw. I think we did a fairly good deal there, but is what it is. They feel that we should have got a transfer fee for this guy. It wasn't going to happen. He was out of his work permit. Reese Lovett, satisfied. Sandrea, very disappointed he was allowed to leave on a free. He was causing bad vibes in the dressing room. We had to get rid. Roddy Collins, C-. James Hammond, again, same with Reese, same with Sandrea. He was causing bad vibes. He had to go. He wasn't good enough. So again, it looks like the board feel like I don't know how to sell a player or get rid of a player. Loans, they're just unhappy with loans. They don't understand that you gotta have loans. So it's a season to remember for the league. We became top champions, 109 points, 2 points short of the record set by Wrexham in 2023 season, I want to say. They scored 111 points. We only scored 109. We actually won the same amount as they did, which is 34. We just lost a few more games than they did. 2 more games, effectively. Average home attendance, 4,865, 78% attendance. Absolutely fantastic for the club. It's really helped our finances. Matt J, top scorer. FA Cup, C+, just accepting we reached the first round. We did face Bristol Rovers. The Isuzu Trophy, B-. They weren't overly happy with our loss against Morecambe, but they were happy that we got to the semi-final. And again, it was just all the same attendance. Moments to remember, they're reckoning the 7-1 win on the 16th of November is our biggest win there. 7-1 against Wealdstone. Match to remember, so this one here, 2-1 against Cheltenham on the 31st of August. Apparently this was a really good game to watch. And then goal of the season, as voted by the fans, was Ben Milnes. Let's see if we can see it. Shall we see if it's going to let us see that goal? I've pressed the wrong thing there. There we go. Let's have a highlight. So Jay puts in a corner. Dolan can't win it. Goes out to Milnes. Oh, that's a beautiful strike from outside the box. I can see why that got goal of the season, because that was beautiful. The finances, you can see here, everything is in the green apart from broadcast revenue. We can't control any of this realistically, apart from obviously the better you do, the better your sponsors, the better corporate and hospitality you get, and obviously better prize money. But realistically, it's out of our control. How you lined up, we rotated the team a fair amount this season. However, these are the main players. These are the key ones. I mean, we didn't really have a choice. What I find is in the lower leagues is you do end up having to have a much bigger squad because you're playing upwards of, look here, that's 41 games Carson played. That's 46 that Callum Dolan played. You know, these are big numbers. You look at the Premier League and they maybe hit 32, maybe 40 games a season. Anyway, the accolades. So, manager of the season, manager of the month in September, in November, in January, and March. Fans player of the season was Matt J. Young player of the season, Dudziak, which means look at how amazing he was. Considering we didn't have him for most of the season, he still got Young Player of the Season and Signing of the Season. Goal of the season we know is Ben Milnes. Top goal scorer is Matt J. Top assist Matt J. Most player of the matches award Matt J. Highest average rating Matt J. Most Ben Milnes. It is a little bit worrying because Matt J. is leaving us this season. I believe he's exploring his options, which generally means that Football Manager has said goodbye. We're not letting you keep him. Louis Jones got most clean sheets at 9, and Matche got most player of the matches at 9. History in the making. Torquay United dared to dream, and thanks to a great run of results in the middle of the season, their promotion dreams came true. We were estimated to get relegated. Let's not forget that. And we won the National League. So here we go, National League winners. And yeah, that's it. That is the end of Season 2. We are back in the Football League. If you want to continue following Torquay's rise as we rebuild them into a powerhouse, hit that subscribe button. It isn't going to be as regular as some of the other content on the channel, which is like a weekly, because obviously going through a full season does take time, but we will be following this up. Really excited to go into the new season. So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. If you've liked this video, hit that like button and comment on what you think. Do you think that maybe some of the ratings are a bit harsh? Do you think that maybe, do you know any like tips or anything? Just say what you want, effectively. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye for now.